Everyone can relate to the experience of leaving work feeling burnt out, or maybe welcoming a child home from school that's totally dysregulated. I'd argue that that's not totally due to the tasks that you're doing at school or work, and everything to do with the environment that you're in. We are currently living in a sensory crisis. We spend over 90% of our lives indoors, which forces our 21st century brains to work in boxes that haven't really changed much in the last 100 years. We've been designing for a standard human for so long, but there's no such thing as a standard human. That would be like making everyone wear the same shoe and then wondering why their feet hurt. If our ultimate goal is just efficiency, then we are missing opportunities to design for connection and belonging and inclusion. Design can literally change the way that your brain functions. I've brought this message to stages and organizations across North America, bridging the gap between hard science and real human experience.
We could design the coolest, most inclusive space that people are super stoked to be in, but if the operational policies and the workplace, for example, are not supporting the design, then you could design the coolest place in the entire world, but people aren't going to be able to use it as you intended.
Katie was fantastic. She is so engaging, has so much energy and passion about what she talks about, and she really gives us a lot of the tools and the verbiage to use.
So I have a PhD in human behavior and design from Cornell, which means I help people understand how their brains and behavior are actually influenced by the environment. So that means I'm really good at taking data on acoustics and lighting and layout and furniture and turning that into information about how our environment is actually acting on us, how and where we're feeling burnout or exhaustion or joy and satisfaction. Whether it's a room full of designers, healthcare executives, educators, or even HR folks, the reaction is always the exact same. They are never going to look at a room the same way again. We are driven and incentivized by efficiency. You pay a psychological tax every time you enter any room. If you are struggling to get your work done or focus or collaborate with other people, that's not because you are lazy or broken or something's wrong. It's because your brain is paying too high of a tax to operate in that space. We're not creating a space that is conducive to the ways that you think and feel and behave.
And the reason that I have a lot of concern is because we've never randomly assigned people to work from home or not. And in the case where people don't have the personalities or the work environment, the distractions, those are the people who lose out and don't get the positive benefits.
We design for a standard human that doesn't exist. It's like forcing everyone to wear the same size shoe and wondering why their feet hurt all the time. So I have a PhD in human behavior and design, but I always caveat that I am not a designer. Instead, I help people understand how their own brains and behavior are influenced by design. We look at the data on acoustics, lighting, layout, furniture to show exactly where and how our environments act on us. We call this field design psychology. You are paying a psychological tax every single time you enter a room. If you're struggling to get your work done or focus or collaborate, you aren't lazy and you're not broken. Your brain is just paying way too high a tax to run in that specific room. My goal is to equip your people. They walk out with a sensory toolkit. Simple, evidence-based ways to hack their focus, reset their nervous system, and reclaim their productivity. From keynotes to deep dive workshops, I help audiences stop fighting the room and start making the room work for them. Better retention, better focus, better health, and maybe even a little more joy. It all starts with the walls around you. So let's design an event that changes the way your people see the world around them.
Ta-da.